Now we're talking about something that may be meaningful or not meaningful to most of you. Your vehicles are important to you, not as important as many things. But this is just an example of the myriad of things that you are launching all day, every day. So when we say to you, so you've launched this rocket, the source within you is holding that vibration, not just holding it, but has become it. We wrote a book a few years ago called Ask and It Is Given. Best title of the best book ever written. Ask and it is given. And what that means is when you ask, it becomes a vibrational reality. But you have to become a match to the vibrational reality that you've launched in order for it to manifest. So we know you're following us. You've been hearing this from us longer than you even want to admit. But here's the part that we really want you to begin to wrap your thoughts around. Because as you've launched that rocket and the larger part of you has absorbed it and become it, there is now a new vibrational state of the inner being within you that you can feel through the sensitivity of your emotions. So when we say to you, you can manifest the feeling of prosperity. You can, in the example of the car, you can manifest the feeling of comfort of your new car even before you have your new car. You can manifest the feeling of prosperity about being able to purchase your new car even before you've purchased your new car, even before you have the job that's going to give you the money that's going to take you to the dealership that's going to help you to purchase the new car. In other words, it's all there already for you. The emotional manifestation is there for you to redeem the coupon today. And we just want to point out, we don't mean to give you a hard time, but we just want to point out, we think it's important that you know, we just want to point out that you want the car because you want to feel better anyway. You want to feel more secure. You want to feel more prosperous. You want to be more ecologically appropriate, perhaps. You want to fit into your neighborhood. You want it for emotional reasons. And if you discover that you can find the emotional reason now, then there's no gap between, then you have no lag time between discerning that you want it and it showing up in your garage. Do you see what we're talking about? But if you don't make that emotional, now, maybe the new car isn't the best example because some of you may be thinking, well, I can just go get a new car. What's the big deal? I really don't need a seminar on vibration to put a car in my garage, Abraham. There are physical means to do that. I make this much money. The car costs this much. If I do this much work, I'll get this much money. Cars are available everywhere. I'll just go get a car. What's the big hairy deal about manifesting a car? And we say, we're not talking about the big hairy deal of manifesting the car or the empire or the New York Times best-selling book or the most perfect relationship in the world or the magnificent dream body that you're looking for or the recovery from something unwanted physically. We're talking about your ability to manifest the emotion that you're going to get from it after you get that manifestation now. You don't have to wait for the manifestation to show up in order to get the manifestation of emotion, which is the reason you're doing it anyway. That's our point. Did you hear it? So, and will you admit that you want it for the emotional reward anyway? And do you believe that you can get the emotional reward before you get the manifestation that supports it? That really is the big question. Because if you believe that, then you're home free. If you need the manifestation first, to which you will have a positive reaction, now you're slowing it all way down. Now you've got it backwards. Manifestation always follows the vibration. The vibration is about focus. So when you get it, if we can convince you, if we can get you to make a decision, if someone said, what are your goals in life? And you would say, my goal is to feel happy in as many moments as is possible. We would say, now that you've set joy as your goal, you've got it. You've got it all figured out. But if you say, well, my goals are, by the time I'm 30, I want to have achieved this degree, and I want to be at this financial status, and I want to have this kind of relationship, and I want to have 2.5 children by that time. As you make your goals about the manifestations, and you forget about the manifestation that is the real reason that you are setting all of your goals, then you slow everything way down. But if you set emotional goals, if you decide that how you feel is what matters, now everything picks up for you really, 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 really fast. We've told you everything that is important for the successful life that you've come to live. There's just one thing that we want to add to this brilliant preface that we have just delivered to you. And that is the source within you. And we stand in that place because we are non-physical energy. We are focused within your physical reality through you all day, every day. In other words, whether you are up to speed with us enough to feel it or not, we're right there. So we want to present to you a picture of the cycle of life, because we want you to understand that you were source energy, but you still are, even though you're in this body. And that while you're in this body, you are exploring and expanding, and you are causing the source within you to become more. And that source within you is focused through you. And so it's just this continual cycle where who you were is now who you are, and who you are is who you now are, and who you are is who you are. In other words, you can't separate yourself ever from who you really are. Not really. But you can do a pretty good job of pinching it off, and that's what negative emotion is. So when you decide that you want to have a conversation with someone and that you would like the fullness of who you are to manifest, so that means you want clarity, not confusion. That means you want humor, not doldrum. That means you want joy, not a feeling of despair. That means you want to be an uplifter, not someone who discourages. That means you want to be someone who gives life to the people that you're visiting with, not someone who sucks the life from them. In other words, you really want, and if you are to feel good, you must have an awareness that the source within you will come to every party that you ever have. Every communication, you have the availability of this infinite intelligence pouring through you. Don't you just love it when you're tuned in, tapped in, turned on? Don't you just love it when you're at the top of your game? Don't you just love it when the most clever things come out of your mouth? And don't you just love it when those clever things come out and everyone around you is uplifted by the fact that they have? Don't you just love it when you are so tuned in that you are evoking tuning in from other people, so that there's this synergy? Don't you just love a mastermind conversation where good ideas just keep coming? Don't you just love being so all that you really are that you can't do anything less than evoke all that somebody else is in the same moment, because your energy is so high, you're dominating the moment? Don't you just love being the pure positive energy being that you are while in a physical body? And we want you to know that's what you came for. You didn't come to make something that was broken unbroken. You didn't come to fix a broken world. It isn't broken. You came for the fun, for the clarity of the expansion. You came for the moments in time. You came for the collective consciousness. You came for the platform of physical life experience. You came for the continuity of this physical life experience. We just want you to understand that the non-physical is not out there as some nebulous mist waiting for you to get your act together so that you can croak and return to heaven, so that then we can tell you what you did right and what you did wrong and then send you back to do better next time. There's nothing like that going on. You are a source energy being who has come for the fulfillment, for the joyous fulfillment of expressing life. And we want you to understand that we're in this with you. We are expressing life through you, to you, and through you. We're in this together, you see. We are energy. You are energy. We are vibration. You are vibration. And when you understand this, and we feel you do, don't you? As you've been listening to us here, you're getting this. You're feeling the resonance of what we speak. You know it right now, don't you? And the reason you know it is because you were patient enough to focus in a way and listen to us deliver the words of something that you knew before you were born. And we rambled long enough and you listened clearly enough that you have come into full resonance with who you are. And this is what we're talking about. You want to be in full resonance with who you are. You'll go home and they'll say, "Oh, how was the meeting?" And you'll say, "It was fabulous." You will. You'll say, "It was fabulous. It was fabulous." And they'll say, "What was it about?" And you'll say, "Well, you kind of had to be there. You kind of had to be there." You have to be there. You have to be on the vibrational frequency in order to know. And you know that. Don't you like being with people who are on your vibe? And you say that when you're in the doldrums, you want them to be there with you. You really don't, because it just adds to it. But it's nice to find resonance with who you are. We are eager to talk with you about anything that matters to you. There is nothing off limits. It is our promise to you that we will have a wonderful day of unfolding. This meeting actually has occurred vibrationally in the vortex. You know about the vortex? The vortex is this vibrational place where the whole of who you are is existing as a powerful point of attraction that law of attraction is responding to. So there is this point of attraction, which is who you really are, and then there's the point of attraction of wherever you're focused in the moment. And those points of attraction that law of attraction is responding to are what equal the feeling of alignment or resistance that your emotions tell you all about.